Hello everybody, Dashboy here back with another video for you all. And today we're playing more Halo Infinite. Bit of a longer loading screen this time around, but it's not too bad. Besides that, I have definitely been enjoying this new update. I've been enjoying ranking up through the new progression system. But yeah, we'll get right into the video right now. So what does it look like this person doing right here? Shoplifting, of course. It's been on the upswing in America for sure, so we'll begin with our first article right here from the New York Post. It starts by saying, the stories are everywhere. Walmart store closures in Portland and Chicago, an epidemic of drugstore thefts in New York. In Baltimore, a landmark grocery store shuts its doors after nearly 25 years in a community desperate for fresh food, while in San Francisco, reports of big box chains abandoning its downtown have become nearly daily occurrences. The cause? Rampant, often organized, and seemingly consequenceless shoplifting. Indeed, the US is deep in what many are calling an epidemic of thefts that cost retailers nearly 100 billion in 2021. Now, the effects of this aren't just limited to the companies losing out on money. When the store closes, people are losing their jobs, and that's going to make it harder for people to earn a living, let alone take care of their family. Like, it is a pretty terrible thing, I have to say. If we read down further below, we'll see someone who is reaping the benefits. From 2014 to 2015, I lived on Los Angeles Skid Row as a homeless drug addict. My daily heroin and crack cocaine habit cost hundreds of dollars, which I primarily supported through professional shoplifting, also known as boosting. Working just 4 hours a day, I would earn up to 350 in untaxed cash, which allowed me to maintain my drug habit for over a year. So great to hear, man. Prop 47 ensured that I couldn't get sentenced to prison, but I often endured short stints in jail. There I would go through violent withdrawals from heroin, but still, I continued to steal once I was released a few days later. But following the 2020 push to defund the police and the subsequent loss of officers, professional shoplifters now operate in public and with clear impunity. Now, for some of these movements and these propositions that have passed, again, I kind of understand the logic behind them. Like, if someone's starving and they are desperate in need for food, you would want to not really punish them for stealing so much because the person's about to die, right? But why did you raise it so high? It's $950. What the heck? Who is gonna be spending that much money on groceries? I don't even like. I think the highest that my grocery bill has ever been was like maybe 400. But yeah, I've heard of people trying to get thrown in jail so they can either get some type of treatment done on them or get the ability to eat. And yeah, it's crazy. I suppose this proposition was passed so that maybe it's a bit easier to free up these prisons because from what I'm seeing, it does seem like that the prisons are overcrowded. As far as the police being defunded, I mean, all I can say is George Floyd. Like, it's an event that happened. I believe the reaction to it was misguided, especially if we look at the footage, but yeah, it's something that happened. I'm not gonna go over it again. I already made a video on it. To get back on topic, apparently down below it starts saying that New York has anti-theft devices for pints of ice cream. Imagine that, like you can't even buy ice cream now without there being a protective device for it. I had to see what this looks like, so I looked up another article on the New York Post, and as you can see, it's plexiglass. It looks like it's really locked in there. Though I'm pretty sure if you were that desperate to steal the ice cream, you probably could just cut a hole in the bottom of it and transport it to another container. Though You gotta be really desperate for something like that. Of course, that's not the only way businesses try to protect their products. If you read this article from the New York Times, it begins by saying Simon McKenzie, a security officer at the discount retailer QD Stores outside London, was short of breath. He had just chased after three shoplifters who had taken off with several packages of laundry soap. Before the police arrived, he sat at a back room desk to do something important: capture the culprits' faces. On an aging desktop computer, he pulled up security camera footage, pausing to zoom in and save a photo of each thief. He then logged into a facial recognition program, FaceWatch, which his store uses to identify shoplifters. The next time those people enter any shop within a few miles that uses FaceWatch, store staff will receive an alert. It's like having somebody with you saying that person back last week just came back in, Mr. McKenzie said. On a side note, can I just ask, why are we using technology from the Stone Age still when it comes to security camera footage? Like, we are recording in 360p. The saying is caught in 4K. Like, upgrade your camera system. Obviously, it still works. That's why, these technologies haven't been replaced or anything. But still, like, I would imagine at some point you would mess up with the facial recognition system because it can't recognize a person's face. It's like too blurry. Which brings me over to this article. Sheriff says facial recognition not a factor in false arrests. You don't say. This one is on NPR News, and it begins by saying the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office is pushing back on claims that facial recognition technology led to a man's false arrest. Khalees Perryman, 21, filed a lawsuit Wednesday against the city of Bloomington and Hennepin County over his 2021 arrest and prosecution for a carjacking and subsequent armed robbery that he did not commit. That's a crazy thing to get accused of. Gosh thanks. Perryman alleges that authorities failed to conduct a basic investigation that would have proven that he was working the night shift at a Target warehouse at the time of the carjacking and was nowhere near the Mall of America parking ramp where several women were robbed at gunpoint the next day. I tell you, man, all you had to do was replace the security cam and get that in 4K, and I'm telling you, this would never have happened. Now, there are cases where, like, there are doppelgangers of people, so, I mean, you probably still would have gotten accused, but still, like, at the very least, we could have had some more accurate data for the facial recognition system. However, it later says down below that apparently the detective did not use facial recognition technology in the case, and in general it's only used to generate investigative leads. So who knows, maybe it was a doppelganger, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways though, our time is short, so I'll cut it here. If you want to support me, leave a like, subscribe, or comment on what you thought on in the video. If you want to do more than that, you can check out my game out on my website or itch.io. There'll be a trailer for that game on my alt channel on YouTube. Also, I made a mod for Opera GX, so if you have Opera GX and you like modding it, you can go ahead and download it and install it for your browser. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys then.